Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cops Court and Community. I'm Darnell Leeson. So I just wanted to jump on real quick and tell you guys about a scam that's making its way around, and it's really related to Facebook, and more specifically Facebook Messenger. So the way this scam works is that you're going to get a notification or message from somebody that you know, and it's going to be in some variation, some form or another, and meaning the subject is going to be, is this you or is it you? And what it is going to be like a little screenshot of a video, and it's going to be that little play button. So you know how somebody sends you a funny clip or something, and you get that video and it has that little play button, and then you click it and then you play the video. Well, unfortunately with this scam, you're going to get this little screenshot, and it's going to be that little play button, and it's going to say, again, is it you, or is this you, something along those lines, and it's trying to bait you into clicking that play button. Now what's going to happen is when you click that play button, it's going to take you to a Facebook page, and what seamlessly looks like a legitimate Facebook page, but it's not. What's going to happen is, if you're not paying attention, or you just want to say, oh, wait a minute, let me see if this video is actually me, it's baiting you into putting in your actual username and your password, so a hacker can obtain your Facebook credentials, and at that point they're going to take over your account and do whatever nefarious thing that they plan on doing. But there are things that you can take a look at, and I kind of tell people this stuff all of the time. You have to pay attention to the web address. Take a look at the top of your screen and look at the URL. Make sure that it's a legitimate Facebook page or whatever website that you plan on visiting. Make sure that the URL is legit. Now there's two things that you can look at, and right here, if you look, you'll notice that there's a lock symbol. That's letting you know that this website is secure and it's not a spoof site, because you have to get a SSL certificate anytime you launch a website to show that your site is trustworthy. And obviously hackers, they're not going to be able to, mirror or, spoof a Facebook page without a certificate, because they're not the true owners of that Facebook website. So it's very important that you guys take a look at that URL before you enter in your personal information, no matter what website it is. Don't necessarily have to be Facebook. It could be your bank. You could receive an email from your bank saying that, hey, your account's been compromised, and please log in and change your password immediately. Take a look at the URL. When you click on a link, and I tell people really a lot, don't click on links that's contained in an email unless you know for sure it's coming from a trusted source. So if your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, they say, hey, I'm going to send you an email with a link to XYZ, you know it's trusted because you spoke to them. But if I receive an email from a family member or even my job, I'm not clicking on any links because I'm not expecting that, especially from a bank or some place that, you're going to be putting in personal information, such as your login information. You don't want to get your information compromised. Now, there's something that I stated in a previous video. Actually, I stated it in one of the lives that I did, and I tell people, your information has been compromised, believe it or not. It's just a matter of if those hackers are going to use your information or not. But keep this in mind. If your information is compromised, and I almost can guarantee that your information has been compromised in some form or another. It might not be your banking information. It could just somewhat seamlessly be Facebook information, Instagram. It could be, your Amazon credentials. It could be anything. But believe me, your stuff has been compromised. There have been hundreds and hundreds of breaches to, popular websites. The major credit reporting agencies, they've been breached. Facebook definitely been breached. All of these companies have been breached. So believe it or not, your information is out there. But what I stated in that live is that it will take these guys literally 5 years before they start using your information. Yeah, that seems like a long time, but they don't want you to be I guess, aware that your information is compromised. So they're going to hold on to that stuff as long as they can, and then they're going to start using your information to do whatever it is that they want to do illegally. So again, be aware of this Facebook scam that's going around in Messenger. If you get something from me, don't open it. If you get something from anybody and it's a screenshot of something and that play button and it's saying, "Is this you?" don't click on it. Just delete it. Because what's going to happen, I mean, at the end of the day, if it's something serious, that person that sent it to you is going to say, hey, they're going to pick up the phone. They're going to send you a text message. They're going to say, hey, Darnell, John, Jane, Karen, whoever you are, they're going to say, hey, I just got this, video and I'm going to send it to you. Is it you? If you never open it, what's the worst that's going to happen? So be careful. Pay attention to those links. Don't click on any links in any email, like I said, unless it's coming from a trusted source. Pay attention to that little lock symbol that's in the upper left-hand corner of any website that you visit. That little lock icon, it's there. So that's letting you know that the website that you're visiting is secure. And then pay attention to the URL, the www. Whatever, follows the www. If you're clicking on something and it's supposed to be Facebook, you should expect, one, to see that lock symbol, www.facebook.com, no lock signal, I keep saying that, the lock symbol. You'll get like that little warning triangle or that exclamation mark. If you see that, first of all, let me say that. If you see that little triangle warning or exclamation mark, you can click on that, and that'll give you information about the certificate or the website that you're visiting, and it'll tell you if it's legit or not. And I can tell you, most times it may not be a website that has that SSL certificate. Maybe somebody just launched a new website and they haven't had the opportunity to get their certificate installed on their site yet. But most people, if they're launching a new website, they're going to have that certificate. But again, if you go to a website and you see that triangle or you see that exclamation mark, click on it and it'll tell you, hey, the certificate's not valid, or you're about to visit, a site that's not trusted or hasn't been certified, it's unsafe, go back to safety. Very important. Look at that and look at the URL, and that way you're not going to visit any site that's going to compromise your credentials, or at worst, you're clicking on a link, you could actually download some type of malware that you won't even know it's there, and now it's tracking every little keystroke you do. So be careful with that. And as I said, in that other video, in that live, if you become a victim of some type of identity theft, it's going to be a big headache for you guys to try and recover your identity in a sense. And that's why I came out with that guide. Yes, it's a selfless plug, but I did all of the homework for you guys. All of the information is there. All you got to do, head over to my new website, which is trusted. So you can go over to the Cops Court and Community website. I just launched it. It's still a work in process. You can head over to the shop and you can download the data security, the privacy guide that I have. And God forbid something happens to you guys, you can go there, you'll have that guide. It gives you everything that you need to do step by step to help recover your identity. But that's it, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to jump on there and make you guys aware of this Facebook scam that's circulating, making its rounds right now. Be careful. People are out there, they got nothing else better to do but cause havoc in our lives. Don't fall victim to these guys. Be safe. Download the guide. Check out all of the links below in the description. There's some useful links there. Please take advantage of this stuff, guys. I do what I do for a reason, and that's to help. So take advantage of what I'm putting out there to you guys. Use the links down below. And as I always say, I'll see you in the next video.